What's going on YouTube? It's EDC Central Oregon back again with another video, and today I want to go over some of the things I wish I'd known or even considered before getting into everyday carry. Okay, so before I jump into each thing, I want to let you know, so before I discovered there was a whole everyday carry community, I only referenced my EDC towards my concealed carry firearm. That's the only thing I really knew when, if you talked about your EDC, you're talking about your concealed carry firearm, the one that you carry every day. So it's still always everyday carry, EDC. Other than that, we didn't think of your everyday carry actually being like everything that you carry every day. So I didn't think of like the pocket knife, your wallet, lighter, your keys, flashlight. I never necessarily carried a flashlight until getting into EDC, but stumbling across it, looking up different stuff on YouTube, I came into the world of EDC, the EDC community all over YouTube, all of the cool gear, gadgets, and once I seen that, I thought it was totally cool, and it was something I wanted to actually get more into. So with that being said, I do wish I knew these things I'm going to tell you before jumping head first, and I want to let any newcomers know some of these things that I didn't think of or I just wasn't aware of. So the first thing is it's easy to go overboard. The temptation of gear, buying all the cool things you see and ending up never even using them, is too easy to do. Mistaking more for better, and also seeing social media in those EDC forums, unnecessary spending. Those fancy pictures of everyday carry can make it easy to overspend on items that you really don't need. So with that being said, yeah, those pictures and seeing the cool gear that everybody else has, yes, it's cool. And I mean, if you have the money, the means to, buy what you see, buy that shiny thing, then that's up to you. But for the average Joe like me, yeah, I want the nice things, the cool things, but if it doesn't serve my purpose, then I shouldn't be out there buying it like I have been. Number 2 is function versus aesthetics. Well, they both do matter. You do want something that functions and that is aesthetically pleasing. But the importance of usability and comfort comes first than just, oh, that thing looks cool, that thing looks neat, let me go buy that. Making the mistakes of buying for looks over practicality makes it so that way you're buying these things and then you don't end up using it, or it doesn't work for your needs, your everyday life. So you have to find that balance between form and function. Number 3 is you want to start with your actual needs. You want to identify your lifestyle. Do you live in an urban versus a rural area? Do you work at an office versus out in the field? You want to think about those things before building out your loadout. Assessing what you actually use every day, that will show you how to build a baseline kit before adding anything extra, anything that you might feel like you do need, not necessarily every day, but do want to have it close by, nearby, in a bag, in a pouch. You want to get that baseline first, and then you can build on top of that. Number 4 is quality over quantity. The value of investing in a few good pieces like a good knife, flashlight, pen, wallet, etc., it will make a world of a difference. Cheap gear can end up costing more in the long run because you're needing to repair them, you're needing to replace parts, and it's causing more of a hardship in your financial situation than simply saving up for those better quality, better made items that last a lot longer and need less maintenance. Those are things that I wish I considered. I do have some items like this knife right here. What is $13? I use it every day. It's been holding up. But I also do have some higher quality knives, and these steps that I'm telling you, I'm still working on myself. So I have actually just saved up, and I'm getting a S35 VN blade. But if these are the things that you can only afford, I mean, get something for the meantime. And on the side, I do recommend that you save up for better quality gear, so that way you're not having to overspend on repairing, maintenance, and those things that I suggested. So for me, I would kept getting cheap little wallets that will fall apart. This one is Coach, real leather, high quality. I do recommend getting something that costs a little bit more than the normal and spend a little bit more to get a better quality of things. Number 5 is weight and comfort matter more than you would think. So you don't want a burden of carrying too much. You want to stress the importance of testing your setup over time. So seeing what works, what's comfortable, what fits before you actually strap down and say, okay, this will be my setup right here, and things like that. And you do have to consider adjusting based on seasons, what you're going to be wearing, and if you're going to be traveling. So those things are to be considered. So you do want to consider maybe having multiples of different things type things. So for me, my firearm is an example. This one is very small, very light, and I wear this in the spring and the summer. When I'm wearing more layers, I might have a bigger full-size gun that is a little bit heavier. I can wear that because I'm wearing heavier clothes. I'm wearing more like jeans, my belt, cargos versus shorts. Number 6 is one of the biggest ones to me, because I am definitely guilty of this. Number 6 is EDC is personal. You don't want to copy somebody else's setup blindly. It's too easy to see somebody's loadout and say, oh, that's pretty cool. Of course you're going to see loadouts and you're going to see, oh, wait, I do that same thing they do, so let me test it out. Let me see if it works for me as well. That's perfectly fine, but just getting a loadout just because, oh, somebody else has it, let me get their full loadout and then start to carry it. You're gonna find out very fast that most of that stuff doesn't even work for you. So you're gonna end up having it on the shelf, not even using it. I'm totally guilty of that. I would see people's gear and like, oh, that's cool, that's cool, that's cool. And I'll just make all these orders. I'll test them out myself and like find out instantly, oh man, this doesn't even work for me. Or I don't even need this on my everyday life. My life is totally different than that person's. They're out in the field. I'm in the office. Different things like that. Avoiding gear shame or elitism. So just because other people have these $100, $200 items, and now you're feeling less of in your everyday carry, you got to shake that feeling, because if it works for you and it holds up and it is good value and it serves good purpose, then you should rock that. Don't worry about what everybody else has. It's too easy to get caught up and think like, dang, I don't have the best stuff. I'm missing out on something. I'm totally guilty of that. And for all the newcomers, that's like the main one for me. Don't get caught up in the hype. If it works for you, it works for you. Your EDC should solve your problems, not anyone else's problems. So if it works for you, then rock with it, because that's all that matters, because you are your everyday, you are your everyday life, your everyday carry. So that's my main one that sticks with me, and I definitely am just now like, okay, I gotta figure out what actually works for me, and not trying to, figure out what looks cool to everybody else or something like that. Number 7 is maintenance is part of the deal. So if you are everyday carrying, I didn't like how that sounded. If you are EDCing items, then your gear does require care. So you want to make sure you are sharpening your knives, you are charging your devices, you are cleaning your tools, you are making sure batteries are up and well, everything like that. You want to make sure you are taking care of your stuff, so that way you're not having to replace parts, you're not having to replace items and things like that. It'll make it last longer. And that's another one for me, just making sure everything's up to par, everything looks good. Even having a backup for certain items, so that way you can rotate here and there, so you're not wear and tearing on one item every day. So for me, with the knife, I mean, I know a lot of us out there, even the newcomers, probably already have like a really decent knife collection that you rotate. You know, depending on the day, depending on the outfit, however you choose, you might switch that up, so that way you're not wearing and tearing on one knife every single day. So having backups, having a conscious mind of, okay, I need to sharpen this, I need to keep this charged, I need to replace these batteries, I need to clean my firearm, different things like that will go a long way. And the last one, number 8, everyday carry is a journey. It is not a destination. So your loadout will evolve over time. You have to be okay with changing your needs and your preferences, just being able to adjust with, okay, I don't actually use this item every day. Let me switch it up and actually, replace it with something I may use, or just get rid of that space in your pocket or on your body, just in general, things like that. And then kind of just going back to the, what you have now isn't your final setup. So being able to save up for a higher quality blade steel pocket knife, being able to save up for a higher quality, flashlight, and just getting piece by piece and just building it out over time, and just making it a journey for everyday carry. That will be your biggest thing. Because for me, my keys, I've been like getting different items and trying to figure out what works, and I still have yet to find that perfect system. For me, it's getting better and better, but I still have to find that perfect system. So I'm still on that journey to find my perfect key system. I just purchased a high quality blade steel knife, and that's going to be replacing this knife and my other, I love D2 steel, but I've been wanting to save up for a better steel quality. I purchased this wallet over time, so I'm still on that journey, and I want to let you know that you don't have to have the best stuff right away jumping into EDC, and that is one of those things that can get you to overspend, start to hoard gear in items, having things that you don't even use. I would have just about perfected my everyday carry by now had I considered all of these things early on. So to all the newcomers, it's very easy to get caught up in the what's new, what's hip in the everyday carry culture. The most important thing is to be thoughtful, be intentional, and be realistic to your lifestyle and your everyday. Don't go get what somebody else has just because it looks cool. If they are in the same field as you, if they do the same work as you, if they live the similar lifestyle as you and it works for them, of course, grab it, see if it worked for you. But at the end of the day, if it turns out and doesn't work for you, then that's just, it's wasteful on your end. But, we live and learn. Of course, we're not going to get it right exactly every time, but just being more conscious of things like this, it definitely helps you a lot. So that's my rant for the day, and I hope you found knowledge in this. I hope this was useful for you. So go ahead and comment down below. Make sure you like, subscribe, share this with a buddy, share this with someone that's getting into everyday carry, and like always, see you on the next one.